Hey everyone, it's Mari. Thanks so much for stopping by my channel today. I have a 12 by 12 scrapbooking layout here today for the Scrapbook Nerd online shop and blog. And I'm going to be using the really adorable Doodlebug Designs Hello collection pack. And I'm also going to be using some other bits and pieces from that collection. I have already matted my layout here using 2 of the 12 by 12 papers. Just going to show you here which papers those are. I'm using the plaid on the left and then that dark blue on the right to mat my white cardstock. So I sized the white cardstock down a little bit and adhered it to those papers. I'm also going to be using a cut file from over at Just Nick. This is the Bohemian Floral background. And I actually had this left over from another project and just used that on this one. This is the photograph I'm going to be using today as well. You can see that I've put a bit of I actually used a preset filter here from Lightroom on this one, and I just like how this turns out. Now I'm using a 6x6 paper from the Hello 6x6 paper pack. Or pad to back my photograph and the journaling and also the title that I'm going to be placing on this layout today. Now I added some stitching with my sewing machine in white thread around the border of that white paper. I'm just showing you there where I'm planning to put the journaling on my layout as well to the right of the photo on that pink paper. Now I want to add another mat to my photograph that's going to match that dark blue striped paper that's in the layout mat. So just behind that white 12 by 12 paper, I've got that dark kind of purple and blue paper, and I wanted to mount my photo in that same paper from the 6x6 paper pad, just so that it is just going to bring that paper or that color into the photo mat again. And it does really just define the edges of that photo a little bit more and brings the photo into focus, I guess, as well. So I'm going to put that down in that spot. It might look like a weird spot to put that right now, but because I had a plan for where I wanted my journaling to go to the right of the photo, I thought that this would work out. Now I'm going to be using this sticker sheet as well from the collection pack in little places here, and you can see that I just took one of those border strips off in green and put that at the bottom of my 6x6 paper. And that green matches the greens in all of the papers here. You can see that I've backed my cut file with some of the 6x6 papers as well, just to bring in those papers and the colors from the collection. Now this Doodlebug collection, as all of the Doodlebug collections are, is very whimsical and fun. I do find that it's nice to mix it up in my style of scrapbooking. I definitely tend towards a certain style of scrapping, but I do like to mix it up and do different kinds of projects as well. And I love the Doodlebug collections. They're so much fun and colorful, bright. I love these bright colors. And the odds and ends ephemera pack that you can get with the different collections are jam-packed with die cuts, and that's where these die cuts come from that you see on the layout right now. Now I'm just kind of looking at what I want to use and trying to think about what the placement might be for the die cuts and so on. And I don't end up using that strip of die cuts right below the photo because I felt like it was just a little bit too busy with that cut file to the left on the layout. So I ended up planning to use these banner pieces below my 6x6 paper there in pink. And I like the way that that ends up looking in the end here. So I'm just going to put a little bit of liquid adhesive to adhere that cut file down. And now I'm going to start to put some more embellishments on my layout. Now I thought about putting some string across my photograph layer there. And I'm going to do that just with some white Doodlebug floss here or twine. And I'm just going to wrap that around there twice, kind of crisscrossing it in the front, and I'm just going to tie that in a knot in the back. And where that crisscross intersects on the front is where I'm going to put a little bit of an embellishment there. So I'm just going to get that all placed, and I like how that's looking. It just adds a little bit of fun detail and texture to that photo layer as well. And now I'm going to adhere down my photo mat with some foam adhesive, and that will just pop that up a little bit on my layout. So I'll just remove that release paper off the back of the foam adhesive and get that stuck down into the place where I want that 6x6 paper mat to go. And now that I've got that on there, I just want to take my T-ruler here and just make sure that I have that on there straight. It is off just a tiny little bit. I am going to loosen that up and just move it over a little bit on the bottom just to straighten it up a touch and make sure that I have that adhered on there properly, nice and straight and linear. This is definitely more of a linear layout. You can see with those colorful papers in the mat behind the white cardstock, it's just important to make sure that everything is super straight. Now I'm just going to adhere down these little banner pieces here with my repositionable adhesive. I'm going to use my tweezers here just to make sure that I get those into the right placement. And I really like how those look below my photograph. I think that, or my photo layer, I think it just looks fun and adds a little bit of good detail down there to that bottom. The different shape that those banner pieces adds is just a little bit of a contrast to the floral pieces that will be added to the layout as well. I find that it's kind of nice to add some different shapes that are a contrast, not using all circular shapes, for example. So these those banner pieces are a little more geometric and just create a little bit more of a contrast to, for example, the floral pieces. Now I'm going to continue to be persistent and see if I might want some of these die cut pieces below my photo, but I just don't like how that looks. I feel like it's too busy and too cluttered. I just wasn't loving that look. And so I'm going to take those off eventually here, and I'm going to start to work with the little Doodle Pop sticker sheet that matches the Hello collection. So there's tons of other little embellishments that you can get to go along with your collection pack. And I'll show you some of those as I continue to work forward here with this layout. Now I just took a little strip of that same pattern paper that's in the photo mat there and in the frame of the layout in the dark blue and purple diagonal stripes, and I'm just going to add a little strip of that to the top and bottom of that pink 6x6 paper, just because I felt like it just needed a little more definition there and just needed to be framed in a little bit more. So I'm just going to add that darker contrasting patterned paper there. Now this is from the Doodle Pop little sticker sheet there that I'm showing you. These little Doodle Pops are so adorable and I just love them. They're so much fun and they add so much dimension to your projects. So I decided that I just wanted to add this one here to my layout as well. And I'm going to use a few of these little sprinkles from the sprinkle sticker sheet as well. You can see that I added that little camera there. Now you can see that I changed up the order of the little banner pieces below because that one banner piece was dark pink and I didn't want that behind that dark pink Doodle Pop flower. So I just put that gold foiled banner piece underneath that dimensional flower there just to contrast the colors a little bit more. Now I'm going to take some white foam alphas from my stash and I'm going to add a title there. The really great thing about those border pieces is they add a really nice little shelf for titles. So I'm going to use that little green sticker from the sticker sheet as the shelf for my title, and the title is going to be River View. You can see in the photograph there behind my daughter and my sister and I that there's the beautiful Saskatchewan River there in the background. This is a photo that was taken at Bailey's bridal shower at the James Hotel in Saskatoon. We were in the penthouse suite for that shower. It was so beautiful. The views were absolutely amazing. We were there for most of the day and into the evening, and we just got the most beautiful views. And I took a variety of photographs during the daylight and in the evening, and they were just stunning. They turned out so nice, and I just really wanted to scrapbook this photo and journal about our day that day. So I'm just going to add a few more of those little Doodle Pop dimensional stickers there around the bottom of the photo and the title piece there. And I just wanted to try to add in a few more of the stickers from the sticker sheet. I end up adding this little tab to the top that says Good Times. And then I add another little phrase sticker that says Say Cheese, and it's in that dark blue color. I put it in one spot, but you'll see in the photos, the still shots later, that I end up moving that Say Cheese piece up a little bit and closer to the flower. So that's, I think, all I'm going to add from that sticker sheet. I went into my stash and I found another Doodlebug collection. I think it was the Valentine's collection from last year. And I got some of the little sticky alphas from that. And I put the little subtitle Shower Fun in the pink area there above where my journaling is going to go. Now I just created a text box in Microsoft Word and I printed out my my journaling here. All I did was I measured the area with my ruler in centimeters as far as how big that little journaling area was going to be. Then I put those same dimensions into Microsoft Word for my text box and printed that off so that it's just the right size. And now what I did was I just adhered that white cardstock to a little bit of pattern paper again from the 6x6 pad, which complements the other colors in the collection and the layout. Now I'm just going to take a few little sprinkles of hearts here from Doodlebug as well, and I'm going to add those in 3 different places. And guys, that's going to be my layout today. So make sure you hop over to Scrapbook Nerd and check out all of the amazing Doodlebug supplies that they have in the shop. I am going to leave a link in the description box below. Don't forget to leave me a comment, guys, and if you liked my video, a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I'd love to have you as a new subscriber. Have an amazing day, guys, and thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Bye-bye.